Your body has been detoxing itself since birth, and it never needed a bottle, a tea, or a sticky pad to do it. Yet the detox industry is worth billions, built on convincing you otherwise. Doctors have looked closely at the best-selling products in this space, and their verdict is blunt. Most do nothing at all, and a few can actually hurt you. Let's count down the 5 biggest detox scams, starting with number 5. Number 5. Foot detox pads. These small adhesive pads promise to pull toxins out of your body overnight through the soles of your feet. You wake up, peel them off, and find them mysteriously darkened, which is presented as visible proof that toxins have left your system. The marketing around this product often name-drops traditional medicine concepts to lend it an air of ancient credibility, even though the modern adhesive version bears little resemblance to any historical practice and has never been tested in a proper clinical trial. Doctors have a much simpler explanation. That dark residue is not toxins. It is a chemical reaction between the pad's ingredients, moisture, sweat, and oxygen exposure. The color change happens whether the pad touches your foot or a random surface on your kitchen counter overnight. There is no mechanism by which a patch on the sole of your foot can pull heavy metals or toxins out of your bloodstream. Your feet simply are not built for that kind of filtration. And there is no pathway in human anatomy that routes systemic toxins through the skin on the bottom of your feet in the first place. The visible transformation is what makes this product so convincing. And that is exactly the problem. It looks like proof, but it is really just a clever bit of chemistry designed to create the illusion of results. Some versions of these pads even contain wood vinegar and tourmaline, ingredients chosen for how dramatically they discolor when exposed to air and moisture, not for any documented ability to interact with human physiology. Independent testers have replicated the same dark staining using pads left on a plate overnight instead of a foot, which tells you everything about where that residue is actually coming from. And if a fake visible result can sell a pad you stick to your feet, imagine what it can sell you in a cup. Number 4, detox teas. Detox teas are everywhere on social media, often promoted with dramatic before and after photos showing a flatter stomach within days. The truth behind most of these teas is far less impressive and in some cases more concerning. Many influencers promoting these products are paid partners, and the visible transformation they showcase typically happens within 24 hours, which should immediately raise questions about what kind of change can actually occur in the body that quickly. Many detox teas rely on herbal laxatives like senna. What you are experiencing is not fat loss, and it is not detoxification. It is your digestive system being forcibly emptied. Any change on the scale is water weight and waste leaving your body, not fat disappearing, and it returns within a day or two of normal eating. Regular use of stimulant laxatives can also lead to dependency, dehydration, and electrolyte imbalances. And in more serious cases, doctors have documented damage to the colon's natural muscle function over time. None of that risk is disclosed clearly on the packaging, which usually favors soft, comforting words like cleanse and reset over anything resembling a warning label. The flat stomach in that promotional photo is real in the sense that it happened, but it has nothing to do with removing toxins. It is simply your gut being cleared out temporarily at a real cost to your digestive health if it becomes a habit rather than a rare exception. Doctors also point out that repeated laxative use can gradually train your bowel to rely on stimulation to function normally, meaning the very habit sold as a quick fix can end up creating a longer-term dependency that is far harder to undo than the bloating it was supposed to solve. Number 3 takes a similar shortcut, borrowing legitimacy from a real medical tool and stretching it far past where the evidence actually goes. Number 3, activated charcoal supplements. Activated charcoal has a legitimate medical use. In emergency rooms, it is genuinely used to treat certain poisonings and drug overdoses because it can bind to specific substances in the stomach before they get absorbed. The wellness industry took that real, narrow use and stretched it into a daily lifestyle product, sold in capsules, lemonades, and even toothpaste, marketed as a way to detoxify your everyday body. Here's what doctors want people to understand about that leap. activated charcoal does not selectively grab onto toxins and leave everything else alone. It binds broadly to whatever it encounters in your digestive tract, which includes nutrients and, in some cases, your prescription medications. Taking it regularly can actually interfere with how well other drugs and vitamins are absorbed into your body, which is the opposite of a health benefit. Physicians who actually use charcoal in a clinical setting also point out that timing matters enormously, since it only has value immediately after exposure to a specific toxin, not as a general daily maintenance habit for someone who feels perfectly fine. Outside of a genuine medical emergency, supervised by a professional, there's no evidence that charcoal supplements do anything meaningful for a healthy person's day-to-day well-being. Doctors specifically warn against taking it within a couple of hours of any medication, including birth control and common prescriptions, since the charcoal cannot tell the difference between something harmful and something you actually need. That same pattern, a legitimate medical concept dressed up as a daily wellness product, shows up again at number 2. This time targeting the one organ people worry about most after a heavy weekend. Number 2, liver detox supplements. Liver cleanses and detox pills are marketed with a very specific fear. The idea that your liver is somehow clogged, sluggish, or in need of a reset after a weekend of drinking or eating poorly. Doctors describe this premise as fundamentally misleading because it misunderstands what your liver actually does every single day. Your liver already processes toxins constantly, breaking harmful substances down into forms your body can safely eliminate. It does not accumulate a backlog that needs flushing out with a supplement. In fact, hepatologists have raised a much more serious concern. These products are not regulated by the FDA the way medications are. And some liver detox supplements have actually been linked to real documented cases of drug-induced liver injury. The product marketed as a cure has, in some cases, become the cause of the exact damage it claimed to prevent. Ironically, the organ these supplements claim to protect is the same organ that ends up bearing the burden of metabolizing the unregulated ingredients inside them. If you genuinely want to protect your liver, doctors point to something far less exciting than a supplement bottle. Moderating alcohol, maintaining a healthy weight, and avoiding unnecessary supplements altogether does more for your liver than any cleanse ever could. It is worth repeating that last part since it sounds counterintuitive. Avoiding supplements is itself protective, because so many of the products marketed as liver support have never been tested for long-term safety, and some carry a documented risk of the exact kind of injury they claim to prevent. Screening for actual liver disease through routine blood work with a real doctor catches problems far earlier than any at-home cleanse ever could. That idea that your organs are already doing the job a product claims to do is exactly what makes our number 1 entry the biggest waste of money on this entire list. Number 1, multi-day juice cleanses. The premise sounds appealing. Replace solid food with fruit and vegetable juices for several days, giving your digestive system a rest while flushing out toxins. The problem starts with basic biology. Your liver, kidneys, lungs, skin, and digestive system already handle detoxification around the clock, without needing a break or outside assistance. A review of the available research found no compelling evidence that juice cleanses remove toxins or meaningfully support weight management. Any weight loss during a juice cleanse comes almost entirely from severe calorie restriction, and it typically returns as soon as normal eating resumes. Doctors also note there is essentially no long-term research on repeated cleansing, which means anyone doing this every few months is effectively running an uncontrolled experiment on their own metabolism. There are real risks involved too. Unpasteurized juices have been linked to harmful bacterial contamination, and prolonged periods without solid food can trigger fatigue, headaches, and dangerous blood sugar swings, particularly for anyone managing diabetes. Multi-day juice cleanses often cost more per week than a normal grocery bill, all in exchange for a temporary, uncomfortable version of starvation dressed up as wellness. Some companies charge premium prices specifically because the juices are cold-pressed or organic, positioning the product as a luxury health investment when the underlying mechanism doctors are describing has nothing to do with premium ingredients and everything to do with simply not eating enough for several days in a row. So here's what doctors actually recommend instead of any product on this list. Drink water, eat vegetables, get enough sleep, limit alcohol. That is not a marketing slogan. It is the entire evidence-backed method for supporting the detox system your body was already born with. None of it comes in a colorful bottle, none of it has a dramatic before and after photo attached, and none of it will make anyone rich. Which is, according to doctors, precisely why it never seems to trend the way the products on this list do. If this saved you some money, subscribe for more videos like this. See you in the next one.